It's the Salty Language, episode 561.
The sexiest podcast on the network.
Pew, 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 or something.
Pew, pew, indeed. Hi, Brian.
Hey, awesome. How are you now?
I'm all right there, eh? I'm going to share this
You
Facebook
know,
link right quick. What's that? I'm sorry. Talking to myself.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, like, I found a plugin for Firefox that's like, perma dark mode or whatever.
Yeah.
And,
as all modes should be.
I'm still looking like a fucking ghost with this going on.
Well, Brian, you just need to go to the tanning beds.
I guess. Yeah. Well, this upcoming week, I could just lay out for a little while,
Exactly. Come and match in your hat.
Yeah, I know, right?
I mean, I could hit you up with like a super soaker full of bronzer. But then you have all these like weird bronze streaks all over you.
Yeah, it would look pretty weird.
Sweet look, let's be honest.
Look like I was putting on like camouflage face paint.
Yes, exactly.
Except it was bronzer. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yikes. Yeah. If I went out and spent any time in the sun, it would probably help a little too, but it's all that effort.
It's all the way out there.
Yeah.
Like hot and stuff.
You gotta open a door and
Right. I get it.
Actually, I probably would sit outside a little more with our, the patio furniture.
Sick ass furniture, bro.
Hey, yeah, but those kids across the street are always fucking playing basketball, and it's annoying to me.
And yell at them.
Yeah, I should. Shake my fist at them
or
and
just
whatnot.
Come in like Dikembe Mutombo.
Oh man,
just fucking
not in my house. Yeah. I mean, I'm not a tall man, but I'm definitely taller than them.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm sure I can. I have no ups, but I'm sure I still got enough length to swat the ball away, or at least make the shot difficult for him. And if not, I'll just start give him a little forearm shiver here and there.
I mean, as we do here on the Salty Language podcast, punch down.
Yeah. It's way easier.
Yeah, so much easier. Got gravity on your side. It's down there.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't fight back that great.
Right. Physics is on your side.
Side. Tiny brittle bones.
Yeah. Brittle bones. I don't know. What if they drink lots of milks?
Then, who knows? They might have some sort of superpower.
Oh, man. That'd be like punching a tree. Right?
I've seen that in Kung Fu movies. It just makes your knuckles strong.
I know how I'll fix the problem. I'll just headbutt them.
Yeah, it's over.
Well, I guess I shouldn't do that. I'd probably just, they just turn to powder.
Yeah, that's probably going to be considered like assault with a deadly weapon too. You don't need a rap.
They got to find proof first.
That's true.
And unless we're in like a Minority Report situation, I should be all right.
That's true. Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, excited. You do have that sick ass porch out there. You should utilize it more.
I know. I did a little bit last year, but I was thinking about it the other day. The other problem I'm running into is that we're just hitting that first real patch of nice weather recently. So right now, everybody and their mother's cutting their grass, and I do have allergies. So
I can hear a lawnmower right now going.
Yeah. Did you leave yours going?
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I just tied it to a rope, let it just circle the yard on its own.
Just put Bomber outside and just tied it to her. Just let her pull it around as she runs.
Zip tie a little handle down so it stays running,
Sure. Yeah. Man. So yeah, that's like yesterday was pretty bad. A lot of people were out cutting their grass yesterday, and I was like, "Ooh!" I went outside for a little while because my siblings came over, to visit moms on Mother's Day.
Yeah, truth.
And I was like, "Oh boy!" I was like, "I can't stay out here very long. Like this is brutal."
How was Mom's Day at Casa del Stew?
It was good. They brought her over some like big pots to grow like green. Yeah, no, to grow like veggies in.
Nice.
Because she's been saying that she wants, she misses having a garden, But like my mom's got issues with vertigo, and it's tough for her sometimes. Like if she gets down on the ground or floor, it's hard to get back up. So she doesn't want to have to really do the work part of it.
Right.
She doesn't mind it, but it's just you have things that limitations.
Yeah,
So
my grandpa, obviously when he was alive,
yeah, say I can't imagine he's doing it
no,
now, but
if he was, holy shit,
woo, spooky garden ghost.
Now, he built planter boxes that were about waist high on legs for my
That's smart.
grandma for the same reason.
Yeah,
because she loved gardening, but when she got older, it was like, she didn't want to be hunkering down on the earth.
exactly. Yeah. So we're gonna have they brought over like a different color bell peppers and oh god, I can't remember what else they brought. Raspberries and Brussels sprouts, which is weird because my mom's not a huge fan of Brussels sprouts. Like if she has them, she'll have a couple and then she's kind of done.
It's weird because she likes cabbage. It's kind of the same deal almost.
I know, and obviously it's no secret that I absolutely abhor Brussels sprouts because cabbage, and you got to cook them to eat them, and that's where my real issue with cabbage is.
I've seen Brussels sprouts on the stalk, but I've never seen what the actual plant looks like. But they grow pretty cool.
Yeah, so looks like we'll probably be giving away Brussels sprouts.
Dude, I love me some Brussels sprouts.
Oh, I know. I told my mom. I said, yeah, and the neighbor said that too because my mom was like, she's like, I don't love them, and she's like, Brian hates them, so
air
like,
fryer.
Not for me, but yeah.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, I can't remember what the hell else it was. It was weird. They didn't put like cucumbers. Oh, did I say tomatoes?
I don't recall.
No, I didn't. That's what it was. I said peppers. So tomato. There's a tomato plant too. So we'll see how that grows. The one we had last year didn't really produce anything until the neighbor started putting Miracle Grow on it.
Weird.
So because it just was like not producing much of anything, and then she put Miracle Grow on it, and it still never really grew a lot of tomatoes.
I mean, I'll be honest.
And they were all small.
When the last time I really grew tomatoes, every morning I'd go out there with my spent coffee grounds and busted up eggshells and shit. Dude, I've never had it. That tomato plant was basically like jacking off all over my porch and shit. There was tomatoes everywhere. Even my neighbor's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, this is back when I lived on Daytona. And, he was like, "What are you doing?" I don't know, just coffee grounds and fucking eggshell. I don't know, because I was eating eggs every day.
Steroids. Just putting steroids into it's what it was.
Exactly. Just giving it some muscle piss.
Right. Yeah. Well, you got to keep them hydrated. The best way to stay hydrated is muscle piss.
Exactly.
So, or purple caffeine.
Or, Liquid Death, future sponsor of the Salty Language Podcast.
Right. Nice. Way to get that in there so I can put it in the show notes. Got to at least get a mention in there so I can say we talked about it.
They did send me an email today that they have a new shirt out that's terrific. It's a skeleton riding a motorcycle. It just says, "Live fast, die hydrated." I'm like, that's terrific.
I enjoyed that. Yeah. So, and then I had barely slept. So I went in and, was going back to sleep, and they decided they wanted to go to Frickers, and I opted out of that because I was just so tired.
You got yourself a freaking giant beer.
I know. I'm so tired. At that point I had only slept about 2 hours.
That's the perfect amount of tolerance you need to go to Frickers.
You're right. So, but I'm glad they did that because they haven't taken my mom out to eat or anything like that in a while. So it was cool. But, they got to go do that. And I guess Frickers was giving away, they had little, basically I think they were daisies, different colored daisies. And they were given 2 or 3 of them and a chocolate or 2 to every mom that came in basically.
Giving moms half orders of chunks.
Yeah. Or free dessert or something.
No, chunks.
Or big beers. Yeah. Because, my mom would have certainly taken a big beer.
I mean, I know there was one morning, because Father's Day fell on a weekend, And I was having breakfast at Nick and Jimmy's when they still did breakfast. And they're like, "Oh, here you go," and they just gave me a beer, and I'm like, What's this for?" And they're like, "Oh, it's Father's Day." Oh, I mean, sure, it was like 10 in the morning, but I was like, all right, I mean, it's Father's Day, it's tradition, I guess.
You gotta, start the day off drinking.
All right. Speaking of that.
All right, so we talked last week real quick. I'm gonna segue when we come back to Mother's Day. So, I didn't get that text from you.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah.
And I mentioned that my notifications have been a little wonky. They continue to be wonky to where I'm sitting here and my phone keeps lighting up as though I've gotten a notification or a text of some sort. And when I actually unlock the phone and look, I have, but it doesn't show the little preview notification. Like it doesn't say like Instagram. It just did it again. It just lights up, but it doesn't say like, Instagram notification or something.
That seems weird.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I may have to
dink around. When's the last time you gave it like a hard reset?
I was just thinking that too, that maybe you know what? I could do that while we're doing this actually, because not like I have to have it on while we're recording. So good night, phone.
Get out of here.
And I just got to turn it back on.
There we go.
Like last time I reset it like that, I forgot to turn it back on. It was like 8 hours later.
Hey, like, man, it's so quiet today.
Yeah. Oh, how come it's not like? Oh yeah. So anyway, so how was your Mother's Day?
It was good. We went up to my mom's, obviously.
Yeah.
She made way too much food,
which is weird.
Yeah,
how you gonna let mom cook?
Well, she made way too much food because she was expecting like 20 people,
and like 4 showed
basically, up because my sister got COVID over the weekend.
Oh no!
Tested positive, which feels fine, but
okay, well that's good. But still,
then Peanut tested negative, and but my mom asked, my stepdad, and he's like, "Nah, I don't. It's fine,"
Yeah.
So so her and her, because her one daughter's off to college, but her and her family didn't show. Obviously aren't going to be there because COVID.
Right. COVID, right?
Yeah, and I can't remember who else was supposed to no-show. I think my aunt and uncle were supposed to be there, and they didn't show up. So it was just like, it was Michelle and I and my parents, and my stepsister showed up, but she didn't have her boyfriend or her daughter with her. And then like my aunt and her man, I mean, he might as well be my uncle. They've been dating for like 15, 20 years, but
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but yeah, and I'm not kidding. The ham was like, it looked like a turkey. The ham was so big. It was crazy.
Well, she thought she had 20 people coming.
It was like
and your mom's always like, always overdoes it no matter what the number is. So
like, I'm talking like 9 by 12 or no. What's a double of a 9? Whatever. Those big giant foil pans full of cheesy potatoes. Crock pot full of green beans, crock pot full of carrots. It was like a veggie tray, a fruit tray. Because she always goes all out.
Yeah, right.
Which I appreciate because I like the fact that she makes a veggie tray and she cuts everything up and then arranges it so it looks nice.
Oh, she doesn't just buy the veggie tray, huh?
Because she's crazy.
Okay, fair enough.
But I love her.
Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I've done it in the past where someone will be like, "Hey, can you bring a veggie tray?" and I'll chop it up myself because it's like veggie trays really they're not worth the money until like if you're making a big one and you're about halfway through it and you're like, I should have just bought one.
Like, dude, next time, we're going over there next week. We're gonna try again, basically.
Okay.
And although we're supposed to be just doing burgers on the grill, so I doubt she'll make a veggie tray. But if she does, I'll take a picture of it.
Okay.
Because it's insane the amount of work she does.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, everything was cool hanging out with my family, obviously, and all the food was good. And I mean, we had a good time. Chuck booked me to work a little bit because we were supposed to put all the patio furniture out, but we didn't do that. But I had to help him kind of like rearrange some stuff. And he got a workbench for his garage. I had to help him move. And it was just a good day to hang out. It was beautiful weather. So it was just a good day to hang out. But then we got home and like Michelle was like had a headache set in, and I had to run to Costco to get gas, and apparently Kirkland hard ciders. seltzers, not
Right.
ciders.
Seltzers.
And when I got home, she was just out. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I texted yesterday because I thought we were going.
Yeah.
We never ended up going out to her parents' house.
Yeah.
Because her mom has a real bad earache right now, and her brother and all that. Like he has like 4 kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they were all there tearing the house apart basically. So.
Yeah, it's definitely not a good environment if you're fighting a headache.
Exactly. So we ended up just staying home, and I know she's gonna hang out for mom. I think this week or something.
Yeah.
But I mean, I saw her parents the day before.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't feel like it's as big of a deal if you see your parent all the time or regularly.
Yeah.
It's not as big of a deal as like the people who don't get to see their parents very often or something, to be there on Mother's Day proper,
Right.
That's why when they said they were going to go out to eat, I'm like, y'all are crazy. I'm like, this is like the second worst day of the year to go out to eat.
No.
Valentine's Day being one or two. Those are like the 2 busiest days for
I couldn't believe how busy fucking Costco was.
Yeah.
I know I went there. I had to get garbage bags because we had one left.
Yeah.
And I like pulling in. I'm like, it's probably not that busy. It's getting towards the end of the day. They're closing soon.
Right. Wrong.
It looked like I was pulling up like a sporting event or something. It was crazy.
Right. Yeah.
And then, of course, for some reason, the side I always park on, where you walk, people are driving right there. There's not a lot of space. There's a food truck set up for some reason. There's just like a line of people getting froyo. It's
wow.
like, what is going on? Like, all I wanted to do was get some garbage. Maybe that's why I bought booze. I took 2 steps in that place. I wanted to, like start trying heroin or something.
Right. You didn't go far enough to the back where they have that.
Yeah, the Costco-sized brick.
Yeah. Oh, no. They give out free samples.
I mean, it's Costco.
Yeah. Naturally that first hit's free. And then, of course, then you got to pay. And unfortunately at Costco, like you said, you got to buy enough for, like a year.
Right.
So that's how they get you.
I haven't done a proper review yet of these, but what I can tell you is the black cherry's kind of cough syrupy. The lime is unremarkable. The mango's pretty tasty, and the grapefruit the grapefruit's pretty good.
Okay.
There you go.
Fair enough. Yeah, that's always the problem with any sort of cherry drinks like that is either they have a nice flavor to them or they're like, oh, great, this is cough syrup.
I mean, I still have everything I need to make black cherry
cough syrup.
Hard seltzer.
Oh.
I just haven't yet because I've been waiting for the fucking kegerator to come together. Oh yeah, I forgot. I never texted Steve. Hey, yeah, that's all I'm waiting on, man. Is the kegerator.
Yeah.
Maybe I can make it not NyQuil-y.
Right.
That'll be the brand name, not NyQuil.
Yeah.
But it'll still put you to sleep.
Yeah. Because it is the truth, That's why Jen, anything that was cherry, she was always like, about trying because she's like, if it tastes like cough syrup, so I'd always, try something first and then be like, okay, this is not cough syrupy, or yeah, this is pretty cough syrupy. You might want to skip this one.
I realized something today talking to my buddy at work, by the way. We done did fucked up on Saturday, Brian.
We did?
We had a good time, but I should have bought some oranges. We should have been having old fashions.
Oh my God, you're right.
Yeah.
God damn it. And we were at the store too.
We were at the store. I didn't even think about it.
Jeez.
Because he was talking about how he was having old fashions on his Mother's Day thing for like his family. And I was like, oh, and all like flesh run through my head. I was like, oh, should have had some old fashions over the weekend of Brian.
Yeah, damn it. I didn't even think about it either. I was just thinking I've already got beer at Tony's, so
we were good to go.
Yeah, we were set. And, I mean, there's no reason we couldn't have had an old fashioned though, like proper gentlemen.
Fancy men.
As we attacked that delicious roast you made.
I realized the one thing too about that roast where I fucked up is I need something leaner.
Oh, then a chuck roast,
or a leaner chuck roast in general.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why is
just because the fat didn't really break down into sous vide.
Oh, I see what you mean.
So I was dealing with a lot of extra fattiness that normally just like turns into delicious liquid, like a crock pot or whatever, or a roasting pan.
which would have been, just turned into gravy.
Yeah.
Because you made gravy from it.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
See, okay, that's fair.
Yeah. So
That's
I can't wait to play with that sous vide again.
Yeah, it was good though.
It was good. For those not to know, I think I talked about it last week, but I bought myself a sous vide. And I sous vide a chuck roast for basically a day at 137 degrees. And I just kissed it with fire out on my grill.
Yeah.
I mean, it looked kind of sus coming out of the bag, but after it came off the grill, it was delicious.
Yep.
And it was like top to bottom, medium rare, and then had that crust on the outside. It really
was like Dev, or not Dev, like I think it was like you said, someone you saw where they were like, this is like poor man's brisket basically, or whatever. And when you were slicing it, I was like, that kind of does have a little briskety look, except that brisket, like you said, usually from cooking a brisket for like 100 years, all that fat really melts down.
You get a little bit of a thicker bark.
Right. And it didn't have that as you were slicing through. It was a little firmer than brisket probably, but it was really good.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to be fussing with that again.
Sure. Yeah. Like I said, the flavor was on point for sure.
So I'm trying to she'll listen to this, so I guess she'll know. But one of Michelle's favorite things at Carl's Poco Loco, the Cuban place, is that vaca frita. And it's like citrus marinated fried beef.
Oh,
and I'm like, I bet you I could get that marinade recipe online and then sous vide it and then do kind of the same thing, but then, fry it up in a pan after it's sliced.
Yeah.
And I bet you'd be delicious.
Yeah, I bet you would be correct. And also, Dev's idea, or how he mentioned doing for pork tacos, man, for sure.
Yeah. Dev, I need a recipe. He's not in the chat. God damn it.
I know. Dang it, Dev.
I know, right? He's too busy looking sexy on Facebook.
Probably.
I don't know if you saw his picture over the weekend in his shirtless in his jorts.
Oh, boy.
Stunning.
Well, I mean, sun's out, guns out, right?
Guns out, baby.
Man.
Oh, Devry. I missed that man's face.
Yeah, that was his Mother's Day outfit.
Yes. I was looking at swim trunks online because for a while there, Brian, I had the Shinesty, that weird ass website where I buy fucking goofy clothes every so often. But I had their monthly underwear club because they're ridiculously comfortable. And they have this thing built in them called the ball hammock. And it's like the best thing ever for your junk.
Okay.
And I got an email from them. They're like, hey, our new swim trunks have ball hammocks in them. I'm like, oh. Which one? They're like $70 swim trunks. So I don't think I'm going to be picking up a pair.
Yeah, I was going to say it was kind of like that. What's that that one company? Was it Bird Dogs or something like that?
Oh.
Where they basically have the swim trunk inside, but they look like regular shorts on the outside kind of thing too. Yeah.
But
$70 though. It's like, unless you were using them all the time.
Right.
That's a lot of money you throw down for, I go swimming occasionally.
But they do have a pair of swim trunks that look like jorts. And it really made me laugh because I was like, we figured out over the weekend in September, mid-September, we're going down to visit my parents in Carolina. Actually, shit, I'm not gonna be here for your birthday. Now that I think about it, Brian.
Son of a bitch.
A couple days after it, we'll be back.
And this is such a big one too.
I know, right?
Double fours.
But I was like, oh, that'd be perfect to go down there with the jorts, fucking swim trunks. I'd fit right in. I need to bust my tooth out again so I can fit it even better.
Yeah. Have a nice little whistle when you're talking. That'd be good times.
Yep. But I don't know if I want to pay $70 for swim trunks.
Yeah. You do. Don't lie.
I was actually a little disappointed
by
the selection. Because it was that or very, over-the-top patriotic ones. And then Busch, Budweiser, and Natty. And it's like, that's really, where's the fun stuff?
No Natter Days for you?
Dude. I don't know if I can pull it up because it's technically nudity. They do have a Speedo there that's just the statue of David's junk. Just right on your junk. Like, that's fucking hilarious.
Right. Appreciate that.
Yeah, check it out, people.
I've seen what was it? Was it Whitney Cummings? I think it was, posted a thing of her in like a bikini or something like that, and it looked like it was like a hairy chest.
That's hilarious.
And like with nipples and everything. Yeah, it was pretty strong move. Either that or she was topless. I couldn't tell which.
The answer is yes, Brian.
Yeah, maybe she's just got very hairy chests.
We should just stop shaving down.
Yeah. It's like, I'm done with this. I'm going natural. Grow that hair out long enough, you don't need a bikini, right? Yeah. Just strategically place your hair over your nipples like all those models do. You know? I mean, they use the hair from their head, but hey,
in this case, it's pretty gross.
Well, maybe, or grow it down from your shoulders.
Oh God. The goddamn wolf patch.
So it's like cascading. It's just cascades down your chest across your nipples.
Do they make back patch oil or something, or
man,
keep it
let's
glistening
hope.
And fresh?
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're rubbing bronzer in all the time anyway,
right.
so.
Yeah. Man, that's gross.
Weird for anyone who hasn't been to Tony's house. They don't have any soap in the house. It's all just bronzer
and canned beef broth.
Yeah. Yep. Delicious. The worst part's when you get confused and get the wrong one, though.
It'll darken your skin somehow either way, though.
Yeah.
Enough applications of beef broth, Brian.
Yeah.
Gotta shellac that on.
Man, you got such a nice, rich tan. What is that?
Hand me another can of that shellacking broth. That's great.
Yeah. You're just putting it on with one of those sponge brushes.
Yeah. I prefer a sponge roller. More even coverage.
Sure.
What were we talking about?
I didn't. If I know, man, we train wrecked quite a ways from. I mean, we were talking about Mother's Day, but I feel like we were pretty much past that.
I mean, we hung out a couple times last week.
Yeah, that's probably the first time we've hung out twice in a week, and I don't know how long.
It's been a while, bud.
Yeah, good times.
I mean, both times we just hung out at my house, but I mean, whatever.
Well, I mean, we went and got, I crammed a burrito plate in my face the first night, which was tasty.
Take a walk to go
we
try
had
to get some lucha libre, but we didn't want to be those guys and walk in right before they closed.
Nah, I couldn't do that. The only way I would have done that would have been if we were just grabbing shit to go back to your house. If I would have been like, hey, can I get like 3 tacos to go or something? Maybe. Right. But even then, I feel bad. I don't, that last 15 minutes or whatever, it's like, they really want to shut it all down.
The kitchen's back there probably like looking to make sure no one walks in and shit.
Yeah. So I was like, nah, we don't
want us. 20 feet next door is the proper Mexican restaurant that owns the taco shop.
Yeah. Otherwise, I would have been bumming. Honestly, if it wouldn't have been for that, it would have been Wheel of Shame. So glad that Mexican place was there.
I really forgot how much I enjoyed just sitting at that bar and just eating chips and salsa and having a beer and just bullshitting.
Yeah. Cerveza. Jeez. Yeah. It was a good time though. We didn't get to spend a lot of time, because just it was a school night, but it was a good hang though for sure. And then Saturday was the, where we crammed meat in our faces and
meats and
beers and just again had us a time just
bullshit and BS. It's a good time. It's like my favorite thing to do is just vibe out and BS with people.
Yeah, it really was. It was good times for sure. Yeah, it's always a good, reset, like afterwards. And then I came home, and a little bit later, I was like, I'm getting hungry again, and threw in a frozen pizza and crushed that.
That's what we had for dinner. A couple screaming Sicilians.
Yeah. I had Tombstone has these ones that are called like fully loaded, and they're like thick. and they crisp up pretty nice, and but they're not like heavy. They're kind of still a light. It's not like eating a Chicago style. It's just a deep dish kind of
interesting
pizza. So yeah, that was pretty good. The one I had was like double pepperoni or something. So that was all right. So
nicey.
Yeah, got the job done. I came home. It was funny because I was just coming in the door, and my mom was actually about to put it in the oven. So I was like, man, it's like she read my mind.
I was like, this is perfect.
Yeah, because as I was walking up the steps, I was kind of like, I'm getting a little hungry. I wasn't like real hungry, but I was a little, oh boy.
Oh my God. Brian just teleported out of frame.
Oh my God.
Wait, I see his head. Oh, he's gone again.
Oh, I'm hiding
wow,
now.
I think he sneezed into an alternate reality, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know where he is. Oh shit, he's back.
I sneezed into the
Phantom
Phantom
it looked
zone.
like it. Like seriously, you bent this way
dude.
and you just straight up vanished off.
I was trying to get the cursor over to mute the mic, and whoo boy.
You didn't actually shut down the podcast, did you?
Yeah. No, not this time.
Oh shit.
Well, I guess that's all for this week. Oh man. Well, it's like I told you the other day, we finally upgraded to the unlimited internet.
I've noticed because I get alerts on my phone when my PlayStation friends are online. I wake up in the morning and it's like every night you're on now. I'm like, good for Brian.
Yeah. Well, lately I've been watching that show Green Wing, which our pal Cy recommended to me. It's a British show about a hospital and whatever. It's kind of cool too because quite a few of the people that are on there I recognize from other British stuff that I've watched. Yeah, like two of the doctors are the two of the main characters from that show episodes.
Okay.
That had Matt LeBlanc. That's the married couple that interacts with him.
When they're you said two of the doctors, I thought you were going like Doctor Who.
Oh no. I would rarely ever make a Doctor Who reference. Yeah. Very rare. Very. But yeah, some of the other people on the show are, like I said, I've recognized them from other shows. Like a woman that's on there I recognized from Peep Show, and there was one on there one on there that was from Coupling, and so it's like I'm noticing them from different British shows.
You're getting familiar with the
yeah,
British
I'm in
sitcom scene, eh?
Yeah, I have watched quite a bit because there's been so many that would pop up on Hulu, and the reviews for them are good, and I'm like, like I'll give them a try. And a lot of the British shows for to Americans are going to come across as weird because the style of comedy is a little drier, and it's a little different, But I really like that kind of comedy, so it really hits home for me. So I'm, props to Cy for the recommendation, because I finished up Ghosts, and then he was like, oh, when you're done with that you should check out Green Wing if you can find it. And it took me a little bit to get to it because like I told you, I was watching it on Pluto TV, but there's no search option on Pluto, so I happened to have found it, and I was like, or no, I started with Crackle, but Crackle's a garbage app. And then I moved to Pluto, and I'm like, man, I really wish there was a search option on here. So, because there's no queue in there either. So every time I have to search, and I had to go a ways in like comedy to find it. But then I saw that Freevee was available on PlayStation, and Freevee is IMDb TV that's now owned by Amazon. And it's their version of Pluto TV, basically, is the best way I can put it. So if you're familiar with Pluto, it's similar. And they have a search option, though. And last night, I noticed, and it wasn't there before, but now it has a continue watching thing. So I was like, bonus. Nice. I don't even have to search. It actually just popped up. Now, and it even took me to, and what I was thinking is I wasn't signed in before. I'm signed in now, so it probably kind of puts a little cookie there of what you watched last.
Yeah, I would imagine
so. Yeah, which is great. That's exactly what I was hoping for, because I'm not going to use this thing all the time, but it's like, at least it gives me enough of a tool setting. Like there's still no watch list or whatever in it, but you know, I can get around that. Because if I just start watching a show, as long as it keeps, you know, if it just keeps the show I was watching, that's really all I need. Yeah. I mean, a watch list would be nice, but let's be honest. I mean, I've got watch lists like a mile long, and I rarely ever go to them to start watching a show. You know, I just search for what I'm wanting to watch and then watch from there.
Yeah. I mean, I'm with you. I like, usually I'll use a watch list as kind of just like a bookmark almost.
Right.
So then, you know, every once in a while I'll go through it.
But, yeah. I use them on Hulu because when, like, even when you're done watching a series, like if there's going to be a new season of it, the new season will pop up. You know, it'll like alert you that there's new episodes of it. So that I'll leave stuff in my watch list kind of for that purpose. But I'm with, otherwise I'm the same way.
Just, you know, I'd rather just peruse and let the algorithm do the work.
Yeah. Right. Well, a lot of times there's a specific show I'm wanting to watch, you know, because there's usually like, you know, Moon Knight or Obi-Wan will be coming up or whatever, you know, so that'll be the, you know, I'll just look for that. And that's usually right there at the front. Or like on Hulu, you know, tonight I'll probably watch, there'll be new episodes of Bob's Burgers and Great North in there. So, you know, but those pop up in the, you know, like new episodes kind of thing. So, and again, I don't have to go into my watch list per se, but they show up because they're on my watch list. So, you know.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah. So with Green Wing, I'm about halfway through season 2, and I believe that's all there is. I think it's just 2 seasons of it. So unfortunately,
that seems to be another very British thing. Like, we're gonna give you a couple banging seasons, and then we're done. Which I also kind of appreciate, because there's nothing worse than when you're like really invested in an American show, and then it's like season 12, and you're just like, oh god, God, they're just beating the shit out of this thing I loved.
And it's also daunting if you're new to a show and you're like, dude, there's 10 seasons of this, versus, oh, there's only 2 seasons and there's only 9 episodes per season. Now, granted, they're hour-long episodes, which is a little weird for a comedy. Most comedies are half-hour. I don't know why they chose to do hour-long ones, but
is
they
it also like, because you said it's in about a hospital, is it also kind of like a medical drama with humor in it?
Not really. It's more. It just focuses on the people involved. Like they don't really solve. Like you don't ever really even see them being real doctors, aside from like there's scenes shot in when like the 2 doctors and one's an anesthetist and anesthesiologist. Sorry, anesthesiologist. Whatever. But they're in surgery, so you'll see them standing in surgery. But other than that, there's not really like they don't really interact with patients much on the show. It's more about them just interacting with each other.
So according to IMDb, Brian, Green Wing, I can't even talk, is a funky hospital-based sketch comedy drama type show. Does that seem accurate?
Yeah, it's weird though, because there is some drama in it, but the drama is more for comedic purposes drama.
Right.
You know, type of thing. It's not really like, you know, season 2 starts off with one of the doctors in a coma, but there's funny shit that happens around him. Like it shows everyone coming to visit him and they all have their own agenda, you know? So they're all, you know, most of them are doing crazy shit. You know, like one of the doctors is like, he pulls out a kitten and you're like, oh, he brought him a kitten. They pulls out like this big gun and he's like, wake up or the kitten gets it. You know, like, so like I said, it's like, I guess there's drama in that the one guy's in a coma, but it's really, he's the prop in, or part, you know, the comedy, essentially.
You know what's funny is I'm sitting there
but I enjoyed
clicking through the cast. And
yeah,
like, if you didn't tell me it was a British show, but you just showed me pictures of the cast, I'd be like, that's a British show. They all have
for
British
sure.
face.
They very British. Yeah, there's only one. The one woman who's the staffing director or whatever. She's Scottish, but everybody else is British. The one that plays Susan White, I believe, is her character's name.
Michelle Gomez. Got a very striking makeup in this pic.
Yeah, she's Scottish, but everyone else, I believe, is British.
Good times.
So, yeah, definitely enjoyed the show.
I do enjoy British shows like that, so maybe I'll have to give it a whirl. Because, you know, I mean, like, I love Black Books. I love the IT Crowd. I love the original Office.
Yeah. That's why I said some of the shows that I recommend to a lot of people are, you know, like Coupling and stuff like that. It's so good. And the stuff, I mean, again, that's where, you know, I've referenced Giggle Loop various times, and episode is so good. You know, they nail that concept.
You know what's shocking? It's almost like our phones listen to everything that's happening around us, Brian. Because I've got a pop-up ad on my IMDb page here. It's about the Shark AI vacuum. It's almost like we sat through a 45-minute commercial at the bar the other day of that.
What's funny is that would have had to have been picked up from us talking because there was no volume. Because there was no volume on the TV, so we couldn't have picked that up.
Shit about the Shark vacuum, and my phone's like, "This guy wants one. Quick, send him ads."
It's so bad.
Hack the planet. Loves hack his mind.
Sharks. Oh my God! Have you seen? What is it? Discovery, I think it is. Like they have like a commercial where it's Little John, instead of saying shots, he's going sharks.
I have not seen that. It kind of makes me sad. Boy. Unless, like, there was also a shark in the background with a Little John grill. That would be amazing.
Would be funny. Because he's, you know, apparently a real big Sharks fan, though.
Is he part of Shark Week, Little John?
He might be. It wouldn't shock me if he does some narration or something. That might. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. If the show was just called Lil Wayne Watches Sharks, or Lil John watches shark shit, I'd be in for that.
I mean, it would be pretty awesome.
Yeah. You know.
What the fuck? Someone just.
Oh, that was me. It wasn't.
Here's something confusing to me, Brian. Maybe like 2 months ago. I'm just gonna like this, buddy. Like 2 months ago, I got this friend request from somebody on Facebook. I didn't know who they were. Yeah. And then I'm like, I don't know. And I looked, it was like mutual friends. It was some, you know, like a couple people and my dad's side of family. Because I don't really see that side of family anymore. Which kind of makes me sad in some ways, but you know, it is what it is.
Right.
But so I'm like, whatever, and I just like accepted it. And then I got this long like Facebook message from him. He's like, "Oh, you might not remember me. I'm your dad's second cousin. I think the last time we saw each other was at a family reunion." And I'm like, okay. And then everyone, like just now, he just sent me a Facebook message of his dinner. It's like, this is dinner tonight. It was like lamb chops. It's like, Facebook thumbs up. Okay. Like, what do you want? I mean, I know maybe it's because I put a lot of pictures of food up. You know?
Yeah.
But
probably.
It's like, what?
I gotta say, have you ever paid attention to? I mean, like, I'm sure you have, but like, where people will send you, or not even send you, but they post pictures of their food all the time, and you're just like, "Yo, that looks gross." Yeah. Like. All the time, like everything they post, you're like, that looks so nasty. Like, why are you?
Oh, I spent all day making this, and then it's like it looks like a plate of just like they scooped the cat litter on her plate. Yeah. I understand that.
Dude, I watched somebody one time that said they made not watch, but they posted that they made prime rib, and it showed like a picture of them like post like beforehand, and I was like, oh, it doesn't look too bad. And when they sliced it, I was like, yo, that's medium on a prime rib, and I'm like, that's too far. And it looked real dry. Like, I'm not gonna lie, it looked really, really dry. I don't know what they did, but I was like, I don't think you did things right with that.
Yeah,
like
they messed up, Brian. That's what they did. They messed up.
Okay, so I was wrong. I thought it was Shark Week he was part of. It was Shark Fest, which is National Geographic and Disney Plus's version of Shark whatever. Shark Week, Shark Fest.
So, okay, we need to come up with our own Shark Week then, right? Since everyone else is doing it.
Well, we can't call it Shark Week though. We got to call it something
Deepest
else.
Bluest.
But yeah. Yes.
Our podcast is like a shark fin.
Yes. I 100% say yes to this. Actually, I think if I'm finding this, I kind of stumbled into a site that I might bookmark. Really? It's called What's on Disney Plus, and I think it shows like what's coming in like the upcoming month, and I think it might have one for Hulu too, which would be really helpful. I have one that does that for Netflix, which is nice.
Well, until everyone
that's why
unsubscribes.
Yeah, which is very likely to happen. I mean,
keep it up, losers. I was just looking at my bills and shit the other day, and I saw the auto deduct of $19.99. I'm like,
oof. That's right. Again, it's like, man, I just don't know at this point if Netflix is a better value than HBO Plus at the same price point.
I don't know if it is.
I don't know if it is. Like, it was, but I think everybody's taken so much of a cut out of Netflix now.
You fire up Netflix right now. What are you watching?
Yeah.
Are you watching anything on it?
I probably would if I'm firing up Netflix, I'm sure I would watch something I haven't watched, whether it's stand-up. I have a lot of stand-up specials in there. That is one thing I will give them, is they do have a lot of stand-up content. Otherwise, honestly, I'd probably watch something like The Witcher or something, because I still haven't watched that.
How dare you?
Right.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, The Witcher's a good call. But if I downloaded Netflix on my computer here and fired it up right now, this would be me. I'd just have my mouse. I'd just be like, scroll. Oh, comedy. And I'll click over like 14 times. I'm like, scroll.
Yeah.
I mean,
right. I will say this right now. If you were like, you have to watch something on Netflix, if I pulled it up, I would immediately go to my queue for sure and scroll through what I have on there and look for something. But nothing leaps out at me.
I mean, season 3 of The Witcher, when that comes out, yes, of course, I want to be there for it, because I've enjoyed that show wholeheartedly.
Yeah. There's a lot on HBO, however, right now that if you pulled up HBO Max and had to watch something right now, I'd be like, well, I'm a full season behind on Curb, basically.
New season of Barry just started. I'm still watching Sopranos.
I haven't started. Yeah, I haven't started Barry yet. It's and since I have someone else's password, I don't really have a queue so I have to try to remember stuff. But do you remember there was a comic called DMZ?
Profile, because I did that with one of my coworkers.
I think there may be a reason that they don't. So I don't know. But there's a show on there called DMZ that was based off a comic. There's 3 or 4 episodes of that. I think that's the whole run of it. I really want to watch that. There's tons of shows on there that I'm like, oh, that looks good. That looks good. That
Plus, I want to revisit The Wire.
I never finished The Wire. I watched the first. I didn't watch the last season, maybe 2, and unfortunately I know because of other people, and I was late to the party, I know the end, kind of how it wraps up, so that kind of slowed my roll on it a little bit, because I was like, oh, I kind of already know what happens, so it kind of ruined it a little for me.
I'd love to revisit
I wish
everything
I could
except the last season of Game of Thrones.
Well, there's going to be a new Game of Thrones series starting before too long. Yeah, but I'm just saying it's there.
I'm a little sus about that.
It's new and exciting.
I'll be honest.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's fair.
No, I hear you. I mean, I could fire up HBO, and if I'm not looking at HBO itself, I could go down to one of the channels within it and easily find something to watch.
Well, and also they get new movies, with me watching the Batman a few weeks ago. Vengeance. Yeah, boy, I'll tell you what, I was thinking about this the other night. They I don't remember what network it was, had Dark Knight on the other day. And I'm sitting there watching it and everything, and I'm like, yeah, I hate Christian Bale as Batman.
Not a fan.
Like, I really do. Like, watching it again, and because it was, like, I liked the movie, but I think given now that there's some distance and whatever, it was kind of like when I'm watching Spider-Man, there's a scene with like all three Spider-Mans in the same thing, and when they're acting and interacting, I'm like, oh wow, you can really see how Tom Holland really stands out to me as the best Spider. Yeah. Now Tobey Maguire plays like a little older Peter Parker, and if he were to get the role now and play that Peter Parker, I think he would be better than he was. And I didn't think he was terrible originally. I just think when you see them all together, you're kind of like, oh yeah, Tom Holland feels more like Spider-Man, than the others do. I couldn't get over Andrew Garfield's giant head. So
just careening off buildings as he's swinging through Manhattan. Like, whoa, you see that Funko Pop swing by? That shit was crazy.
I'm one to talk. That's what I would look like. Shit. Like I said, not to knock the others as though they were bad. I just was like, oh wow, I really like
stands out.
Tom Holland. Yeah, and after seeing this newer Batman, I really think I was like, "Ooh, you know what? I really don't think I like Christian Bale as Batman after seeing him again in the role, which isn't entirely his fault." But
all right, Brian, I got a challenge for you.
Oh boy,
let's rank the Batmans.
Okay, so I mean, no question, George Clooney #1, right?
Let's see here. I'm gonna put actors.
Didn't we do this? Oh no, that's where I did that before. I did that on a podcast with Heno before when they had Gotham Lights.
Oh, really?
Remember because we were always going to do a follow-up where we ranked the Joker, and we never put that together. We still should do that. That would be a fun episode. We should do that for this show.
Wow.
Have Heno on or something and have fun with it.
Wow, there's so many people who played Batman because I put it in
animated.
I put in people who played Batman, and it's giving me like voices, but people play like, and all the animated stuff.
Well, I mean, but I need that because my favorite Batman is always going to be Kevin Conroy. I mean, no question, he's my favorite Batman. But if you said live action, my list will always be skewed because really and truly, if you ask me, in my heart, Adam West is always going to be my favorite Batman.
I get it.
Because that was growing up Batman. And when I saw the other day in, I don't remember which app it was. I don't remember if it was in Pluto or Freevee. They have all of the classic Batman in there. And I'm not going to lie, that tickled me to no end because I wanted to buy the box set when that came out, and I didn't. And still haven't, but I was like, oh man, I could actually have access to all the episodes. Like, oh shit, son.
Oh shit, son, indeed.
Yep.
Let's see here. Well, I'm still getting a thing together here.
Oh my goodness.
I'm organizing it, Brian.
All right. Well, while you're doing that, we talk a little bit about that finale of Moon Knight.
Yes.
It's, obviously that wrapped up, and we got a couple weeks before Obi-Wan starts, which I'm pretty excited about. But loved how they wrapped it up, and no spoilers or anything. But make sure, if you don't know, there is a post-credit scene that's very important. So I loved how this show was very standalone. Didn't tie into the Marvel universe in general a ton to where like, oh, you have to see this to move to the next movie or show or whatever. I really liked how it was just self-contained and felt kind of like a love letter to the Moon Knight fans out there. It's just a good show. I dug it.
Did you like
maybe a little rushed? Yeah, like we talked the other day about this a little bit, and like I said, I was like, I feel like it was rushed a little. I feel like they might have been able to squeeze one more
Right.
episode out of what they did and kind of flesh it out just a fuzz better. But I'm not mad at it. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, I really
But
dug the show a lot. I mean,
yeah,
I'm sad it went away. I really hope that there's another season coming. You know?
yeah,
But yeah, I dug it. It was
mm-hmm.
good. And it was like, even, I know spoilers, but you know, there was like a big fight in the end.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? And it looked
yeah.
good. It didn't look like sci-fi network shit. Like, it looked
Oh
like
yeah.
what you'd see in any Marvel movie. And I understand it's, you know, Marvel's obviously tied to it, but it just looked good.
But it says something that they try not to skimp on the TV shows also. They're still giving the TV shows somewhat like movie budget or movie technology for the
Right.
special effects. You know, they're not like, you know, I will say this. There was a little bit of the animation for Moon Knight that was a little too
Right.
CGI sometimes, but overall, I mean, it was like watching Spider-Man though. Like watching Spider-Man when you're watching him swinging around, it's so CG. I mean, there's no way to really practical effects that well still, you know, so you know, you just kind of have to go, well,
It is what it
you know,
is.
yeah, you know, it's a guy swinging around from like electrical poles. I mean, it's going to be real tough to set that up and do that in real
Right, I
life,
agree.
you know, have it look realistic also. So you just kind of have to go, well, this is just how it's going to be and be okay with it.
Yeah, it was cool. I mean, I think Marvel's doing a really good job with their
Yeah.
series. I still haven't watched
Yeah.
Hawkeye though.
Me too.
I suck.
Yeah.
I
It's a
mean,
good
I want to
watch
watch
for
it, but
sure.
now that it's, you know, summertime, I don't want to think about Christmas shit. If I'm being honest.
Right. Right. It's not really over the top Christmassy though. You know, it's just kind of takes place at Christmas. So it's not so bad as far as that
Man, I thought it
goes.
was gonna be like
But
Turbo Man and shit. Super
no,
sad.
no, no. Sorry. No, no Turbo
No
Man for
Turbo
you.
Man.
Not till Christmas time. That's when we pull out the Turbo Man Christmas tree
Oh
topper.
my
And
God, that would be so cool. Someone's got to have that.
well, they put out an action figure of him this past year,
Right.
so you can make for sure. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun to.
So I know I'm over here setting up stuff, but the more I think about it, the more I think we should rank Batman's for our Patreon people.
Yeah, I was thinking that too.
Yeah,
Actually, that feels more like something we'd go do over there.
So, sorry, regular
Or
folk,
whatever.
but for the low cost of like $3 on the Salty Language Patreon, you too can hear about cereal made for orange juice, whatever we talked about the week after before that, and ranking Batman's and the Museum of Failure. Is that what we're doing tonight?
Yeah, that's what we're doing tonight. Yep.
So check it out. Search Salty Language on Patreon.
Help your boys out.
We're so close to breaking even again.
Yeah. We're trying to get to where we can afford to have seltzers paid for.
Exactly. All I want is a second serving of mutton, good sir.
Right. Like, listen, until that liquid death money comes through.
Old liquid death money. Oh my God! I just punched my mic. I would.
Nice job, use.
You know how funny it would be if we actually had a legit sponsor.
Yeah. Oh, dude, it would be so funny because we'd be such whores. Like, we'd both be sitting here in liquid death t-shirts and hats. I'd have like a face sticker on,
shirt.
you know.
Yeah, a necklace.
My glasses would
be grill.
sponsored. Yeah. Right. We'd have like one of those like those beer hats where it's got the things, and we just have nothing of them, you know. A big banner behind us.
Yeah, that's exactly what we would do because we're those guys.
Yeah. My ultimate goal is to be like, you know, a NASCAR driver, basically. I just want to be covered head to toe in sponsors, baby.
Sold out. Yeah, I did. Thanks.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll think about it when I'm driving away in my brand new car. You fuck.
Right. Sure, it's a Power Wheels, but whatever.
I've seen some people mod some Power Wheels. Things fucking fly.
Yeah. I keep joking. If it wasn't for my weight, I would love to get one just to drive down to like my mailbox.
That would be hilarious. You should get one of those one wheels.
Yeah.
Those things are cool. Calvin from Shot of History, or if they're still doing it, I know he cruises around Detroit on one of those.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. I just think it'd be hilarious to see it, an adult like rolling up in like, one of the Escalade ones or something.
Get my mail. Dude, we could mod it, put some real good sound systems in there.
Right. Nah, I'd just be pumping salty language out of it. What are you talking about? I mean, have my liquid death decals on the side.
I know we made fun of, loud bass the other day when we were hanging out, but if you were like rolling through your neighborhood, just like if someone looks out the window, it's just a Power Wheel going by.
Right? In the front, I got the lean on. Yeah.
I would like to get a Power Wheel and make it remote control and then put Bomber in it. Just drive her around. That would be
funny.
She'd probably be very confused, especially and try to eat the steering wheel. Yeah.
Probably. But get some sunglasses and a hat on her so she look like Ice Cube. Pulling down the street. Or
she would aggressively shove her vag on it.
Yeah, we didn't talk
about my dog me tooing my other dog. Which is pictures on my Instagram. Feel free to check it out. V Monotony.
Very aggressive.
Yeah, that's the first time that's ever happened. Like laying on Poe's paws and just like ass and vag right in her face.
Yeah. Just full spread eagle.
You're right. No shame.
It just poor Poe just looking at us. Just please help me. No, we didn't. We're terrible.
Kicked in the face and shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Like you said, though, I mean, she couldn't have hated it too much because she certainly didn't try to get out of it, but still.
It's like when you got that run friend, that's usually me. Like, let's go to a strip club. Nah. Yeah. And then they go and they're like, yeah, this is great. Nah, I don't want to go. It's silly. Yeah. Oh, man. Ladies. Healers.
Yeah. Yep. Man. Yeah, that was something. Man, we were dying watching it, though. The three of God, that's just that constant just aggression. It was so bad.
It was the weirdest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I didn't even know what to make of it. It was
I don't know. I feel like Poe needs counseling now, though.
Yeah, probably.
Because for sure that was an invasion of space.
Was it ever?
Yeah. I mean, I feel like both of them probably need some counseling now. Bomber needs to be
aggressive.
Yeah, like respect some boundaries.
She lives in the area.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
Oh no. Time to get her a new T-shirt.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah. Man. So I saw today that apparently there's a new flavor of Mountain Dew out.
What's this one?
And this is kind of funny given our show title last week was Purple Caffeine because it's literally called Purple Thunder. And, Mountain Dew's known for its caffeine. However, it's an exclusive to Circle K.
Something's afoot at the Circle K.
Exactly. So it's apparently, I'm trying to find the dang flavor of it because it's like a berry something. Here we go. Features flavors of blackberry and plum for the ultimate berry combination, according to them.
Blackberry and plum, huh?
Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to scroll down here. Well, Food and Wine has a thing about it for some reason.
Oh, did it? All right.
Oh, wait. No, it's a video. I don't want to watch that. Oh, MountainDewFandom.com, of course. Why wouldn't there be?
Yeah.
Oh, this article's by Willie the Hillbilly.
I was gonna say you were on that site once before. Remember?
I blocked it out. I blocked it out like Bomber assaulted me visually.
We were looking for other Mountain Dew exclusives before.
Sure.
Yeah, because this one, like I said, is at Circle K.
Thunder.
However, we do have a Circle K not too far from. I actually have two fairly close to me.
Stupid
So I may have to take a trip to a Circle K and see if I can find some of this. I guess at first it was only in limited cities, and there was like a secondary market, you know, a pretty high secondary market for it. So I was like, oh my.
Similar flavors on the Mountain Wiki: dark berry, voltage, wild berry.
All right. Yeah, because they had one called, what was it? Mountain Dew Legend, which featured notes of blackberry, citrus, and ginger. And then they also had Dark Berry Bash, which was blue raz and blackberry. So yeah, and like I've said before, I'm, you know, if I see it, I'm usually game to try something.
Purple Thunder. That's what I'm. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah.
I was gonna say some shit, but I'm not anymore.
That's why I said I might have to take a look if they have it. It also wouldn't shock me if, you know, they're completely sold out of it because people just go crazy. Originally, I think they said originally it was just a fountain drink, and now it's available in 20-ounce bottles too. But even if it was fountain, I'd just grab
a Polar Pop. Have some respect.
Some of that, I don't know. Are they ones that do the Polar Pop or?
Ad, so.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Okay, Brian. We might have done this before. Have we done the if you made a Mountain Dew flavor, what would you make?
I think we did once before. It feels like something we would have done. If not, they already kind of made the one I would have originally gone for, which would have been a watermelon.
What would you call it, though? That's what I don't care. The flavor is important, but I want to know what you're going to call your Mountain Dew.
Man, I don't know. Actually, you know what I would probably do now is, oddly enough, what we talked about earlier, like a black cherry, I think would be an interesting Mountain Dew. But they have done cherry before. So I don't know what I would call it, though, because they've kind of gotten to where some of their flavors remind me a lot of like the Gatorade naming. You know, at least like this one's like, well, if you just tell someone, okay, here's a drink and it's called Purple Thunder, you're not going to have any clue that that's blackberry and plum.
You're like, oh, it's going to taste like purple.
Right? Yeah, that's all. It's like, okay, it's purple drink. All right. Like, I'm in. But, like, here, it's purple caffeine, basically. I really think we named it last week,
Purple caffeine.
I feel like purple caffeine is what this should just be called. That was the tester name for it.
Yes, of course.
You know, like the in-house name was just purple caffeine. And then they were like, okay, we should probably not put caffeine out there. How about Thunder? Perfect.
Oh, all right. Yeah, we're down for Thunder.
Yeah. I don't know. Otherwise, though, I'm not.
Like, I don't know if Mountain Dew's done it, but what if? What if it was some sort of like I'm talking for me now. Some sort of like coffee flavor. You know?
Okay.
Like, I don't know, like a coffee vanilla kind of situation, but it's still Mountain Dew somehow.
Oh,
I don't know what I would call it. They could team up with Mr. Coffee, and it would be called the Mr. Coffee Head Kick.
Oh, I thought you were going to go with Mr. Dew.
I mean,
which actually just sounds like you're asking someone a question. Mr. or
Dew? No, the coffee one. Yeah. Oh, Mr. Dew. That's his father. The artwork's just a fancy man.
Mountain Coffee's right out. Yeah.
But I really feel like a coffee soda would be the worst thing in my life. I can't imagine it'd be tasty.
Well, it's funny because a little teaser, we'll be talking about a coffee soda in the Patreon.
Our pal Prado's in the comments wondering if we watch the comments because he's got some input.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Well, yeah. Let's hear it.
I hope he's talking about Mountain Dew.
Maybe he's tried this. I don't know. I love that. First of all, I'd like to point out that he doesn't just say he has some input. He says Daddy has some input.
I mean, you're right. It's not Mr. Dew. It's Daddy Dew.
It's Daddy, right?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, Coffee Dew is right out.
Yeah. Coffee Dew. Given how coffee just runs right through some people, I think that would also be a pretty accurate description.
Okay, I got it.
Of just coffee.
It's got to be an overly sweet lemon, like a lemon bar.
Okay.
And to just call it dropping bars.
All right, I'm down with that. So, I like that because I'm for lemon.
I know you love the lemon. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, while I was looking at the Mountain Dew here, I saw there's apparently another limited edition thing that I'm definitely going to look for. Which is apparently Goldfish is partnering with Old Bay Seasoning for Goldfish Old Bay seasoned crackers.
Wait a minute. How has this not been a thing before? That makes perfect sense.
All right, you got me. Because remember, they had Frank's Red Hot ones before, and I could not find them. So I'll have to see if I can find these, because I'm definitely down to try that, because Old Bay on those is probably delicious.
I just don't understand why this hasn't been a thing forever.
I'll tell you, the other one they should do is that Tony's Creole seasoning ones. Because
you know what? The Old Bay fucking Goldfish packaging is brilliant too, because it just looks like a tin of Old Bay.
Yeah.
God damn it, Pepperidge Farms.
Wait a minute, Pepperidge Farms.
They make the Goldfish. Yeah.
Oh, do they? All right.
Pepperidge
Goldfish
Farms
was its own brand.
So Prado says Dew isn't for the boys in any way, shape, or form. He's right. It's not really for me. I've had sips. I'm not a Dew guy anymore.
Yeah.
That's why I drink. Are you listening? Delicious Liquid Death. Sponsor us.
Also, I gotta admit, I appreciate that you got the logo out front.
That's how you do it.
You got it. Yeah. The only thing you gotta do is watch that finger, as you're covering up the L a little bit.
In fact, maybe I should get it out of.
That's why you
don't want to double brand myself here.
Like, in commercials, they always are, you got to hold, well, you can't see it because it disappears when I do it now, but, you always got to, they hold things very weird so you can still see the whole package. Every week when we talk about that, I wish we could have a song drop, because I'd have, Snoop Dogg's Murder Was the Case, playing every time you do that.
Prado, I wish they were a sponsor.
That's the goal, man.
Exactly,
we're working
because I do enjoy it for some reason. It's just a can of water, but I mean, it's way better than this can of empties I got over here. So.
Right.
Hydration City, buddy.
That's right. So if anybody out there happens to know somebody who works at the,
I know, right? Yeah, Old Bay Goldfish makes sense. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah,
Frank's Red Hot makes sense.
No, I agree.
I didn't even know they made those in Goldfish. If we talked about it, I don't remember it.
Yeah, we did. And like I said, I kept checking different stores and I never found them. So I don't know. I never even saw space on the shelves for them, or a little display or anything. So I don't know. Maybe we just didn't get them in this area or something. Because we're not cool enough, I guess.
We always get the weird ass foods in our area.
Yeah.
You know why?
We're
Ohio's
very
full of fatties.
Yeah, well, this area was, always a test market. So I said, we had the Doritos Locos Tacos first.
We're a bunch of fatties.
Yeah. Toledo loves its Taco Bell. That's why.
I'm trying to think of Goldfish flavors, Brian.
Yeah. Like I said, for me, the next one, man, I'd love a Creole seasoning one. Although, in fairness, I could just buy regular ones and toss them in
seasoning.
Creole seasoning. So,
I mean, it's true.
I guess you could do that with Old Bay also, but whatever.
I mean, we could just buy
good shit though.
Cheddar Goldfish and toss them in Old Bay, and we'd probably have the same thing.
Yeah, that's probably true, but
All right. So what's your go-to Goldfish flavor? Me, I'm a Parmesan guy. Or pizza.
All right. Pizza is probably my go-to because, nostalgia. I remember you and I crushing pizza Goldfish as children.
Goldfish is awesome in fucking chili.
Yeah. They actually show that because Campbell's owns the whole overall brand to them now. And Campbell's in one of their soup commercials actually they show somebody putting goldfish in tomato soup, which is the move. Forget oyster crackers. You're right out.
Well, for me, it's
we've moved to a
new
seafood.
Right out. Unless that tomato soup's going right into a glass of Bloody Mary mix and vodka. I need a little horseradish, some black pepper,
oh no,
pickle spear.
I just pictured making a Bloody Mary with tomato soup, and what a terrible idea. Yeah.
Like I always thought tomato soup was one of the grossest things ever. Yeah.
Really? Never a cheese sandwich and tomato soup guy.
Your soup. I'll eat that cheese sandwich all day, but that soup's right out.
What if you do a higher end one with maybe like some roasted red pepper and stuff in it?
That's not my jam. Yeah.
All right,
I don't remember when we were little chillins, because you guys did the cheese sandwiches and tomato soup fairly often. I never partook in the soup.
Yeah. Oh, fair enough. I don't remember that because, that was like 90 years ago.
It was a long time ago.
Yeah. Fair enough. All right. That's all right. I guess I can live with it.
I love a tomato.
But I got to say, if you're a tomato soup fan, if you are a tomato soup fan, the Goldfish are for sure the move in the, they're the superior cracker over, like I said, oyster crackers can fuck off. So they're right out. And also in chili, if you're a person who puts crackers in chili, which is weird to me, but I know people who do.
Oyster crackers and Goldfish, you got a whole seascape.
Shit, I can't think of the name of it. I was thinking with the tomato soup. Shit, what is that dish that it's like an Italian dish? Is it cioppino? Sure. I think it's called. Where it's like a whole like seafood feast, but there's like a tomato sauce, like broth. Huh. No.
That's all I know. It's the only Italian I know.
I know you just wanted to say. I know you just wanted to say that because of you've been watching Sopranos. See if I can find this real quick. All right. What does cioppino mean in Italian? Who knows? Cioppino is a fish stew originating in San Francisco.
That's not Italian at all.
Yeah. Main ingredients usually seafood like Dungeness crab, clams, shrimps, scallops, squid, mussels, fish, tomatoes, and wine. Yeah. So I'm sure it's what delicious. I was thinking of. So that you're getting close.
I like seafood.
Sure. And it's usually served with a good piece of crusty bread.
I do like seafood. I like wine. Hold the tomato.
Yeah. you
give
can't.
Me a plate of seafood with without some wine.
I was going to say, it's just like a seafood feast otherwise. It's not cioppino. You savage. You can't leave the tomato out of that.
Yes.
Anyway, yeah. So there's Tony's flavor of Mountain Dew then. It's tomato. Oh, God. Man, there'd be nothing like, man, I'm really getting some crab in this taste.
Mountain Dew low tide. You just crack it open, you hear seagulls circling. I sound like a parrot. What the fuck was wrong with me?
Yeah, it's their answer to Clamato.
Yes.
You know.
Oh God, that was when my stepdad was fucking smashing those. That was his jam. Like I like a Bloody Mary, but he was all about the clam diggers. It's Clamato.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, hard pass.
Right. I think God, what are they called? Aren't they called like a Bloody Caesar in Canada?
I don't know.
I
Bloody
think
Moose, Bloody Penguin,
Bloody Moose. No, I don't think that's the case.
What's another Canadian thing? A Mounties jacket.
That's a good name for a drink.
Yeah, it is a good name for a drink, actually. I'll have a Mounties jacket.
Yeah. No, I guess not. I'm crazy here. All right. Because it says, typically it contains vodka, a Caesar mix, hot sauce, Worcestershire, and served with ice, celery, salt, stick of celery and lime. I thought there was another difference to them. So, yeah, okay, there we go. The main difference between a Caesar and a Bloody Mary is the Caesar is made with Clamato juice.
I mean, maybe the Canadian version is just made of Molson. It's like a Canadian Michelada. Maybe.
That's actually what it basically said, was it's the same juice that's, used for that. So
see, sometimes I know what I'm talking about.
Gross. Yeah.
Ooh, most times I don't.
Anyway. Yeah. Gross. So I got a bit of sadness to talk about this week. Which was, we talked a few weeks ago about how legendary comic book artist George Perez was diagnosed with late stage cancer and basically was just going to live his life out, not have treatments and stuff for it. And unfortunately, a few days ago or a couple days ago, he passed away. And I can't implore people who are comic book fans enough, if especially if you don't know who he is, to go look at his work, right? And really study the amount of work he put into all of his work. He was a phenomenal artist. And again, never seen an artist give you more value per page than he did, because man, could he cram stuff in and not have it look too busy. It was arranged well, and the layouts were still great and everything. So I'll have a link to a thing from Rolling Stone, and there's a few examples of some of his work in there from, like this one cover of his that it shows here from the Infinity Gauntlet, which is an amazing cover with Thanos on it, with the the gauntlet is centered, but he's got a lot of stuff. Like, he did a lot of things where you'd have like a focal character centered on the page, and then kind of do a lot of stuff around him. And but yeah, Titans, Wonder Woman, Crisis. I mean, these are some massive books for Marvel and DC.
If our people are listening, if you're watching a video, it's all front center right now for everybody.
Right. So yeah, like I said, definitely go check him out if you're.
I mean, if you know anything about comic books, the name George Perez should at least ring a bell.
Yeah, the only reason it might not is if you're just newer to comics, because he's, he retired a while ago, but if you're an aspiring artist, you should know of who he is and go study his work. Like, go really study what he did and stuff. Now the style is not as it doesn't look like current style type comics a lot of times, but that doesn't matter. Look at the anatomy, look at the page layouts, stuff like that. He's, phenomenal artist. So unfortunately, pouring one out for the homie, we need a sound drop of somebody pouring one out.
Yeah, I don't know if I've got a someone died sound drop here.
Oh man, that'd be sad. I mean, you could just play that.
I mean,
surprise, motherfucker.
Oh, that's not what I meant.
That's not what you're thinking of?
I mean, no.
What about?
I mean,
no. Huh.
No.
Oh, this is actually a good one.
Deep hurting.
We got a little deep hurting.
Yeah. So many. Another one of those guys, though, too. When you look at the tributes just rolling in about him, it's just, and over the years, I don't really remember ever hearing or seeing a story from somebody that was like, he was such an asshole. It was like always like he was so kind and nice and, willing to talk with artists on the rise and all that kind of stuff. So, just not just a loss as an artist, but, apparently a pretty good dude as well. So
a loss for the earth
and a snake for sure. So sad pandas, it is.
Smile, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yep. Daggum. The Titans always fall.
True.
It's over time. Can't help it. So, but like I said, if you're any sort of an aspiring artist or something, for sure study his work, because if you can even get half what he can get on a page, you're probably going to get some looks from publishers.
Right.
He told good stories with his work in just a cover a lot of times too. I mean, he did internal art too, but the external stuff sometimes was told such a story. And still, one of my favorite pieces was that thing we had at the shop, that Crisis poster.
Yeah, it had like every character ever created basically drawn into it.
Yeah. Right. And then Alex Ross painted, over it, which is like, I really wish I had like the pencils also, because I would love to see what the pencils look like before. That's probably out there. It wouldn't shock me if that's out there somewhere, but it was
give it the goog,
quite
man.
nice. Yep. So yeah, like I said, sad times, but what are you gonna do?
I'm just glad you didn't say we lost George Perez, because I'd be forced to say, "Did you check behind the couch?"
Yeah, as is tradition. I mean, you're right. Very much something we would do. Yep.
Oh my god, I need. You're talking about how like having a strategically placed fan is the best move in life according to science.
Yeah.
Yes, science.
Right.
Science. I need to strategically place my fan. I feel like we have a fucking heat stroke up here.
That's pretty hot.
You got that right.
I mean, literally.
So hot.
How hot was it?
Yeah, obviously I'm not going to do it this time because I'm a true professional. I'm just going to keep recording. Like the Nolan Ryan of podcasters. Or something.
Right. Dude, I saw, I'm a person who enjoys just completely useless trivia, right? I saw this morning someone posted a thing that said like that Nolan Ryan struck out 7 pairs of father and sons.
That's hilarious.
Because he pitched for like 1,000 years. I was like, oh my god, that is crazy. I mean, I can eat.
Yeah, fucking up parents and kids.
Yeah, it was a father-son, game that he was playing.
It was all friendly until like one father just got like a piece and foul tipped it, and then he's like, "Oh fuck no."
Yeah, he was giving it the old casual toss. Until a guy hit one over the fence and showboated a little bit, and that was enough. And he was like, "All right," just started throwing smoke after that.
Oh yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh dude, guy was a hell of a pitcher. I mean, obviously he's a Hall of Famer.
I mean,
he's a
got
great
some
pitcher.
From the other night. Logan and I were playing MLB The Show, and we just picked up some fucking like all-star teams. And I can't remember what his team was called, but mine was like the Mid-Century Boomers, and it was all like, Ty Cobb and all these names. Like, really? This, Babe Ruth, all these crazy, yeah.
Sure, nice. Did you have to train Babe Ruth beforehand? Have like 10 cigars, a few women, and like 19 hot dogs?
Dude, we should do the Babe Ruth challenge.
No, we shouldn't.
Come on.
I'm not doing the Andre the Giant challenge either, like they did on It's Always Sunny.
Come on, Brian.
Where he drank 50 beers on a flight or something like that. Oof. Or no, that wasn't him. Who was that? I forgot who that was. Was it Wade Boggs they said did that? I don't remember.
Well, all I know is I'm going to be doing that in September. I got a 2-hour flight to Charleston.
Oh, here we go. Yeah. Wade Boggs challenge. It's Always Sunny. The gang attempts to break Wade Boggs' record of drinking more than 70 beers on a flight.
Okay, I gotta average about 35 beers an hour. I think I can do this.
That's a lot of beers. That's more than a beer every like 2 minutes.
Hour. Times 2.
No booting either.
Well, I am.
Like you gotta keep it.
I'm gonna be hosing every 3 seconds.
Yeah, I can't remember if you were allowed to on that or not.
Ever since I watched Always Sunny.
Yeah, I can't. That's another show that that's on Hulu, but that's a show I haven't. I'm way behind on. I'm probably 4th season back now.
Ugh, shit. Man.
Baby.
It's a purple caffeine dragon.
Purple caffeine. I have a purple drink, but it's it's just Mio in my water.
Stuff,
so it's got electrolytes.
Bro.
No caffeine.
I was thinking about this earlier today. Do you remember when Gatorade had gum?
Yes, Gator gum.
It was like, like in our stupid kid brains, like, we don't need to drink water. We got Gator gum.
Right. It rehydrates and is fun to chew.
So like it's after my break at work, I just got my dick kicked in. I was just running around like an asshole, and I was just sitting there thinking like, I'm so thirsty. All my like, I don't know if I told you, I've been chewing double bubble like a fiend lately. Like I bought like 3 pounds of it.
No, dude, I can't chew that stuff, man. I'm too afraid of losing a tooth to it.
Like, all my gum and my drink are all the way over there, but I have to be over here doing all this other stuff. And then immediately I thought of the stupid Gatorade gum. I just started chuckling. Because I remember us buying it when we were kids.
You know what's Oh, for sure. I'll have a link in the show notes to it if anyone wants to like look at it. Because it was literally called Gator Gum, and apparently Quench makes some too.
Oh, is it? But is it Squencher?
It doesn't look like it's Squencher. Sorry, or Squanchy. It looks like Gatorade makes energy chews though. Now, I'm surprised they don't have gummies or something. Yeah, it looks like they have a pack with like, energy chews in it, which it looks like it's pre-workout.
Wow, I remember this packaging being way cooler.
Oh no, it was like the old generic Gatorade, the green label with the lightning bolt and Gator Gum across the front.
Oh, yep. Also, you know what else I discovered, Brian? Since we're talking gum, we're going down the gum alleyway here. Juicy Fruit, which was my all-time favorite gum when I was a child, does not hold up.
Right, for like 4.
It's fucking terrible.
Oh, no,
I bought
it's
a pack
terrible.
the other day because I saw it and we were talking about Juicy Fruit for some reason. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to get a pack of Juicy Fruit. What a waste of $1.29 or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sad.
Yeah, not a fan. Yeah, my biggest issue with it was always that, like, you don't want to put it in your mouth and it was out of flavor, much like Fruit Stripe.
I wonder if Fruit Stripe holds up.
No, it's to me the same thing.
I gotta know.
Nope.
Oh, I'm sure it's trash.
There's no way.
You just gotta try it again. You know?
All right, I'll allow that. I guess. Yeah. I don't know that I would, because I mean, you got to throw.
Yeah,
you got to throw real money.
I mean, I'll like my shitty pack of Juicy Fruit. I will eventually chew it. You know.
Okay. Yeah.
But the double bubble.
Yeah, pretty much all.
Oh yeah.
I can only chew like sugar-free gum now. So, yeah, because the other gum like sticks to my teeth, or it's just way too sweet.
It loses its flavor so fast that it's not that sweet for me. You know? And
there's that, I guess. Sometimes
at work, I find myself that I'm just like clenching my jaw. You know? I don't know why. And I was like, I need gum. So I bought gum from work, and it was overpriced in our stupid canteen we have. And I was just like, I don't want to just, whoa. That was weird. I'm so used to typing messages. It just popped up.
Sorry.
I'm so used to like, I can't remember what I was saying. Yeah, whatever. I didn't want to buy like $3 packs of sugar-free gum or whatever every week. So I spent $3 on like a pound and a half or whatever of Double Bubble.
Dude, you know what probably contributed to any teeth issues I have to this day was there was these ones that came out. Picture like a blow pop without the stick. That's what they were. They were like cherry outside and just bubble gum on the inside. And I used to smash those things. Like as soon as I was done with one, I'd spit the gum out and put another one in, because the gum would go bad real fast. So I just right back to another one. I was like, God, I used to buy them at Meijer by the pound, like when they had the bulk section there. I don't know if you remember that. Yeah, I used to buy huge bags of it. I probably destroyed my teeth on those things.
Just like over there like an idiot, snapping my gum and blowing bubbles and shit. As I'm cleaning glass around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what could go wrong, right?
Get stuck in my beard.
That's what I'm always worried about when I'm chewing, because I'll do the same thing. I don't really snap it as much as I blow bubbles quite a bit, and then it's like I should be really careful with this. And it's like, well, I guess, if it gets in there, it gets in there. I guess I just shave it off.
The flavor goes away pretty quick, but I love that bubblegum flavor. But for blowing bubbles, there's nothing finer, my guy. I mean, right?
Well, fair enough, I guess. Right? Yeah. Yeah, I grab different gums all the time, and I usually will have like a bubble gum, because it's one of those. It's always like you just said, you just want a piece of bubble gum sometimes. So. Yeah, Pink Tasty. Whoa.
I figured last week we had purple caffeine. That sounds kind of Pink Tasty.
Pink Tasty. That's a way better name for an apple than like Pink Lady.
I agree.
Although it is maybe a little lewd.
Exactly.
What are you gonna do? Yeah. Hey, give me some of that pink tasty.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably gonna get
could
slapped.
call it like juicy flaps or something.
I feel like we named a show something like that once before. I know we have flaps in at least one show title. All right, so if I give you the over/under of 2 for shows with flaps in the title, do you take over or under on it? I'm gonna look.
I'm going over.
Over? Yeah. Okay.
Because I want to say one of them was called like Flaps Out or something like that.
I'm gonna say push.
Yeah.
Yeah, that it's 2, like on the nose.
Flaps on the nose, perfect.
Flaps on the nose, right? Nope, it's 1. It's flaps
right,
to the wall.
Instead of balls, I remember now.
Right, instead of balls to the wall, we were trying to come up with another
flaps to the wall. That's right. It's just like a moray eel.
Let's see what else. Oh man, we must have had Tate on that episode because there's a lot of science stuff in there.
So she was trying to smarten us up, and we're just like dick jokes.
Yeah.
Yeah, but wouldn't it be funny if it was flaps to the wall?
Yep. Oh man, we had a sight of the week, and oh my goodness,
time machine.
Yeah. Wow. All right.
Where's
there you go.
Sir Devery Deverson
kind of feel like
with his God, I don't remember what he called those things anymore. Dev notes? What are those things called? When he was
something like that. And I believe you mean Big Bev.
Right.
Yeah. Speaking of Big Bev, did you see? I think Goose Island got bought up by AB InBev recently.
Yeah.
It makes sense though, right? They've been talking off and on over the last year or two that like a lot of the craft beer, maybe kind of the bubble
bursting a little
has grown.
Well, I say that, but there's always a new brewery opening. So
for sure. Yeah. But it's like every time I see somebody get mad at him, I remembered us early on kind of being mad about it. And then it's like, but when you really think about it, it's like, if we had a brewery and we got to that point and somebody was like, here's a buttload of money, it'd be to turn that down,
And some water company was just like,
you mean a delicious water company
was like, you guys want some like free beverages and some free merch and some money? We'd be like, of course we would.
Of course we would. So until I tell Tony that it's Dasani or whatever.
Actually, I don't mind Dasani, but if it was Aquafina, no, I'd be like, sorry, Brian, we're canceling the podcast.
Tony, I sold my stake in the podcast to Aquafina, so I will now, forwardly be known as, Brian Aquafina or something. Can't go by Aquafina because there's actually a musician with that name or actress or whatever.
It sounds like a stripper name. Yeah.
I mean, it does.
But ready, gentlemen. Coming up next to the stage, Aquafina. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I think, like I said, I'm pretty sure she's an actress, but she was a musician before that.
Dasani sounds like a stripper name too.
I think it's the wrong person. I think I'm thinking of the wrong person. I think she's like a comedian or something.
The only bottled water that doesn't sound like a stripper off the top of my head is Ice Mountain. Coming up next to the stage,
it doesn't.
Ice Mountain.
Yeah. Yeah, Aquafina is an American actress, rapper, and comedian. I think she had a show on Nora from Queens. That was her name on the name of the show on Comedy Central.
I know.
So now you know. Yeah, you're right though. If I was at a club and the DJ was like coming to the stage, Ice Mountain, I'd be like, I don't know about this,
Like Fiji,
probably time to hit the head,
Perrier, maybe. Ice Mountain, hard pass.
Yeah. Evian.
Yeah.
Sounds.
Voss.
Yeah. Poland Springs. Yeah. Right. Oh God. I mean, if it was actually him, I'd be excited.
Holy shit, this is great.
Unless he's stripping. I don't know. Actually, if he was stripping, I wouldn't want to see him nude, but at the same time, you might have to stay just to watch the act.
Oh, yeah.
Because he's going to kill it. Just, yeah. Oof. What about Poland Springs, though? I don't feel like that's a real... Not a sex either, yeah. How about Kirkland Select or whatever?
Yeah, we're getting down to Topo Chico though.
Yeah.
Sam's Choice.
Sam's Choice.
Who's Sam? Just some guy in the corner.
Yeah. Like, oh man, he's got terrible taste. Don't let him pick the strippers.
Jeez. Realize it's the seeing eye dog picking them out.
I mean, that might be all right. He picks them out by burying his nose in their crotch.
Their face with his junk.
I mean Sam. I mean Sam.
I mean, if I was blind, I'd be blonde.
Yeah.
Blind, I'd do the same. Yeah, right.
If only you were blonde, Tony.
If only.
If only. Telling you, that's what we need to do is, when it gets closer to Halloween, we need to go buy some fanciful wigs and just start doing podcasts in wigs. Oh, yeah, I forgot. You already have a fanciful wig. I need to go get one.
Like, I'd have to open up the window to the winter elements.
That's all right.
Not a bad call.
The Bifrost won't kill you. Yeah, like I said, the Bifrost won't kill you. You'll be all right.
Bifrost. God damn it, Brian. Yeah, you're right.
Keep it Thor, right?
Oh, my God.
We Ragnarok. All right. That's all I got for the regular part of the show. How about you? All right, well, let's do the Q of the W's then, I guess. Last week, we asked you a question I don't remember.
We asked you, what is something you're good at, but you hate doing it? So on Instagram,
humping your
the answer we got was our people love answering it, but they hate doing it because they didn't answer it all. I can only assume.
Fair enough.
But on Facebook, we got one. Our pal Valerie. She says most everything.
All right. Wait. There's no answer from Big Bev?
Let us down.
What? Oh, we're going to have to reach out to Big Bev, make sure everything's all right. I'm concerned.
Same.
Dev, you gotta talk to us.
No
we worry.
Fan. I'm so sad. But yeah, that's all I got, Brian, on that note. Yep.
All right, fair enough. Cheeto says something he's good at but hates doing. Painting. Says, no, not painting on a canvas. Hell, I couldn't paint a stick figure. He says, I mean painting rooms, houses, staining decks, etc. I fucking hate it. I'm pretty good at it. Not a pro or anything, but I'm not leaving brush strokes or roller marks and not making a big mess or anything. But damn, it's a shit job. It's tedious, it stinks, and it's fucking boring.
I'm with him on this.
This is a job that even beer won't make you enjoy. Yeah, I agree. I hate painting too. I'm not terrible at it. I probably would be now because I haven't done it much in a very long time. But, I at least know various, if nothing else, I at least know the techniques to try to, not put paint in, marks all over the wall where they're not supposed to be and stuff, Like, I've done a lot of masking in my life because of my dad, used to paint cars. So I did a lot of the masking for that. And then when we were moving out of that last house, I did a lot of the, I did various masking and stuff there. And, was the one who introduced people to the little edger brush things and, that help you not smear paint everywhere. Unless you get paint on one of those, then you literally will just smear. It's like me when I draw, I just smear all over the page because I can't not have my hand on the page.
You and your devil's hand.
I gotta use this paper. Yeah. Well, it's the Earl in your hand, it. So it's like I had to use a piece of paper, or they actually make like gloves now, I guess, for people to wear while they're drawing, so you don't smear all over the page. Yes. I just wear Hulk hands when I draw, actually.
Hulk draw.
Yeah. Hulk draw. Like, all right then. So yeah, that's all I got.
I'm just gonna put this out here real quick.
Sad.
You make me sad.
I'm sad.
Man, 3 sad things on this episode.
We had no sad. So what do we got next up for the QW, Brian? Where are we at?
1 through 17. I added a couple
fun
new
and fanciful. Let's go with 3. 3.
3. Oh wow. All right. What are the best midnight snacks?
Snacky treats. Now, truth be told, I've never woke up in the middle of the night and be like, I'm hungry. But if I'm up late, my jam is going to probably be like middle of the night breakfast. Although it's not a snack.
That's a good one. My dad used to. True. My dad used to at like 11:30 at night. You know, he'd like the news would end, and then he'd be like, "I'm kind of hungry." Now he would go have a bowl of cornflakes. That was like his go-to at night was a bowl of cornflakes. And I guess you can argue that that's a meal, but he wasn't eating it with the intention of it being a meal as much as it was more, this is a snack kind of a thing.
I guess if I'm going like a snack that I've definitely made in like late at night would be like a PBJ. Like one slice of bread, you know, you smear a little peanut butter on one side, a little jelly on it, and you fold that bitch over. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Mine's super simple. Probably mine's one of two things, and I think honestly, an apple and peanut butter is like always my go-to snack, regardless of time or day. You know, but the other thing that I go to a lot of times late at night because I don't want to have like tummy issues. You don't want anything like super heavy. Is just some toast, man. Whether it's with butter or just butter and jam or something on it. I've done that since I was a kid. That's always been like my kind of like I said, if I do wake up in the middle of the night and I am hungry, it's like I don't want to eat a lot because I would like to go back to sleep, but also I got to put a little something in the old tummy. So, but otherwise, like I said, if it was just on any given day, like apples and peanut butter is probably my real go-to because I just love apples and peanut butter. Yeah. I mean, if you want something more, the other one I've been doing recently is like some popcorn. Yeah, I'll bust out the air popper real quick and just pop out, some air done popcorn and put a little shuka seasoning and butter on it.
Yeah, that's good one too.
And then crush all of it. Because I can't stop eating popcorn without finishing the popcorn, basically.
I always look in the pan when I'm making it up, and I'm like, that's probably not enough. And I add more kernels, and I have this massive bowl of popcorn. I was like, well, I guess I'm eating all this now.
Yeah. Yeah. My air popper has like a scoop that's, I think, like a third of a cup. So that's what I do, but I will eat every bit of that third of cup, which is, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when it pops up, the volume is much, seems like a lot of popcorn, but I will still crush every bit of it.
Popcorn.
Because I love popcorn. Yeah. So that's another one I love to go to. I don't really I'm not a late night, I gotta have ice cream or candies or
not a snacker like that.
Listen, if it's there, I might have it, but it's not one I'm usually kind of fiending for the way I do for popcorn. Honestly, I'll be sitting there going, man, popcorn sounds good, and it's so easy to do, especially with an air popper. I literally just scoop the popcorn, pour it in there and plug the popper in and then just wait, It is. That's what I've heard. So there you go. So what are the best midnight snacks? And you know what goes great with that popcorn?
Scotch ale.
I mean, I just set you up for a liquid death thing, but
Yeah, you're right, Brian. You mean when you get that salty goodness in your mouth and on your lips and you got to wash it away?
Yep. Man, what am I going to murder this thirst with? There's only one answer. Deliquish. Fuck. Can't even get through it. They're not going to give us money if we can't see the damn lines. There's no lines. Exactly. We're just making this shit up. Yeah.
Gross.
All right. Well, there you go. Yes. Head on over to saltylanguage.com. Click all the links. Check out the past episodes. Join the Patreon, if you're inclined. If not,
right.
We understand. Show's always going to be
show
free.
Proper.
So
We got some stuff planned for the Patreon.
Well, that's what I meant. Sorry. Right. So Salty Language proper will always be free. Everything else, you gotta pay. No. It's just us talking more and more about vengeance. That's all. Vengeance. Yeah. So check that out. If you want to reach out to us I skipped right past the really important thing, which is the network that we're part of.
Sir.
Tangentbound Network, which can be found at tangentboundnetwork.com. So please go check out the other shows there. And if you're looking to start a show, contact them. And if you talk with Mark, tell him Tony wants to get topless with him this summer.
I already got my bikini top on.
Yeah.
I just put my duster cover on today.
Oh, okay. I was going to say you mean your thong cover after what you described it the other day. Oh, man. Yeah, it's letting everything in and out. Just pull it to the side.
Flaps to the wall.
What? All right. If you want to reach out to us on social media, you can find the show at salty_language on Twitter. You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Stunami.
On Instagram at The Monotony. In theory, I'm on Twitch TV /DamnDirtyApe. I haven't been on in a little while. I play Elden Ring. I don't even think about it. I'll be honest. Until I'm done, I'm like, oh. But at the same time, what are you gonna do? Watch me hang out at Moog's palace committing genocide just by, getting runes? That's all I did all weekend. But whatever. The show is also on TikTok at Salty Language on TikTok, and of course, it's all at saltylanguage.com. And of course, YouTube, Salty Language Pod. If you're watching this, you already know about it. If you're not watching it, check it out. Subscribe, like, ring the bell, tell all your friends about us, whatever. Do the things.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you want to watch us live, we've been going live Sunday or Monday nights.
Consistency is kind of rough sometimes.
Follow us on social media so you can get the notifications, though. It's like if they subscribe on the YouTube, they can get a notification that says, hey, these chumps are live. Brian. Go watch them. Or don't. Whatever. It's cool, too. Yeah. All right. Well, with all that, as always, have a beer. You'll be fine.
Salty, everybody. And remember, a person of words and not of deeds is like a garden full of weeds. Move your dick out. That one didn't work. I don't like the way it rhymes.
It's kind of weird.
What are you doing, Second Fortune?
Yeah. Unless the Garden of Weeds is like your pubic situation.
Take care of that shit. No one likes an
makes the tree look bigger, Right.
I got nothing else. You got anything else?
I was trying to cut it off, and I realized that I never pulled up the